Good afternoon, everyone. Well, I feel very lucky today. I'm going to show you one of my saws, which is, well, I think they're incredibly special. This is one of my Dolmar 123s. West German saw, mid-80s, made from 86 on, and so this one's up to 33 years old, so it's a vintage and classic saw. Never cut with this saw. It came to me from one family owner, an associate, his father, and he passed, and it was one of a huge collection of saws he had, and so I bought it. Never cut with it, just run it and have it on display next to my 122, my 133 and my 143. So this one's now up for sale. It's running a 20-inch guide bar, great condition, and it has a steel full chisel chain, again in great condition. Loads of life left in it. It seemed sharp and he kept them all sharp, but again I haven't cut with it. So I'll show it starting and idling. It's got fantastic compression, it starts beautifully, and hopefully that's suitable for one of you guys out there. There's some very interesting things about the Dolmar saws, which is why they fascinate me so much. Whereas if you compared this to something like something like the John Seard 70, so same displacement engine. Earlier saw though, the John Seard 70, from I think 76 up to 83. But if you compared those engines, although they're 70 cc's, this one is got a smaller piston, so a 47mm piston, but a 40mm stroke, and I think the John Seard 70 is running a bigger piston, like 50mm piston, but a 35mm stroke. So on the John Seards you would rev up to maybe 11,000 RPM, whereas the Dolmars will only rev up a maximum, I think, around the 7,500 RPM. But because you got the longer stroke, you've got more torque. So it's a trade-off, but they're incredibly satisfying to use. Okay. Very hard to find any of these saws one owner in this condition. No damage on any of the housings, but I'll show a walk around with the camera in a minute. So kill switch, throttle lock, choke, everything working. Choke off. Okay guys, I hope that does it justice. It literally is. When this engine's primed, it's just one pull start. So I'll take off a couple of the covers because it's worth seeing inside, because it's in amazing condition. So it's up on eBay for sale. It's a vintage saw, and as far as I know, everything on it is working perfectly, but you know, bear in mind it's up to 33 years old. So take off this cover here. So a couple of things on the saw I wasn't unhappy with, but a couple of things on the saw I decided to change. So it's had the normal, it's had a brand new pull cord. I got replacement caps because the front ones was damaged. There was some nicks on this one, so I got some replacement Dolmar caps for it, and new fuel pickup, new spark plug, etc. Also, interestingly, if any of you know the Dolmar saws, they have a very clever way to stop the fuel pipes collapsing, and that was to put a stainless steel spring through the centre of the fuel pipe, and it would stop it getting crushed and collapsing and keep its strength. So I've changed the fuel pipe. I like the clear pipe so I can see when the engines are priming, but again I kept the original pipe, so the original pipe will go with the saw. Okay, so again, I don't want these videos to be too long-winded, but on some of these saws I really feel it does them justice if people can take a look and see that, wow, that saw really is in incredible condition. It's very easy for people to say that the saws are in great condition, and in reality they are in terrible condition. I also replaced the guide bar nuts with some hardened steel bar nuts with flanges or integral washers, so that just finish the saw off nicely. Put that in a second. Okay. Will I pick it up in a second? Put that there. Okay, here we go then. So, side cover with the nylon chain catcher in amazing condition. No breaks that I can tell on the side cover at all. Little made in West Germany. Another thing which is ever so interesting on the Dolmars is the brake actuation. They are so light. The brakes are just incredibly easy to actuate. Just beautifully engineered. Chain, hopefully that is coming in focus. The guide bar. Again, the guide bar has been, as I do with the clutch sprockets, they're all properly greased with genuine Oregon sprocket grease. Okay, onto the engine. Yeah, a thing of beauty. It's absolutely beautiful condition. So here's the fuel pipe, and you might just be able to see the stainless steel spring which supports the pipe as it bends around. No fin damage on the engine. So the only thing really of any note which has any real wear is the exhaust has some breaks in it here. And I noticed when I photographed the piston for somebody that had inquired that, by the way, the piston is in perfect condition, absolutely completely unscored and just looks as new. I noticed the baffle is loose, but again, as it's the original exhaust, I didn't want to change it just because, you know, I like the provenance and I like the way it's been kept. Air filter, good condition. Rear cover, no brakes, still got the tag from the original supplying dealer. Aluminium front housing, again in great condition, no brakes. And then if I go around the other side of the saw, pull start housing in great condition. Handle, no brakes. All the AV mounts feel really good. Engine again in beautiful condition. And I'm sure, as most people know, if you look at the front of this, you'll tell that this has not really done any work of any note whatsoever. It's in beautiful condition. Alright guys, The video's already quite long-winded. I'll quickly throw the covers on. Hi again, guys. Sorry I was taking so long to screw it back together and the video was so long. I have to cut it short so that I can actually upload the video because I went over 15 minutes, so apologies for that. Okay, I'll show it on a restart. Kill switch. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's my beautiful time warp condition Dolmar 123 up for sale on eBay. Bye for now.